Today I'm trying a full face of makeup from SHEIN. If you didn't know already, SHEIN has its very own makeup brand or makeup line called SHEGLAM. They've collaborated with big names like Harry Potter, Hello Kitty, and even Rick and Morty. But is this cheap makeup any good? Is it safe to put on your face? Or did I just get scammed? Let's find out together, starting off with primer. So this is the SHEGLAM Dream Foam Cloud Primer here. So I'm gonna shake it a little bit because I would assume that's what you're supposed to do. I'm honestly a bit scared, but let's try this out. Okay. That's pretty wild. Oh my god, I didn't mean to put that much on my face. Let's just rub it in. No burning yet. So this is a good sign. Now in the actual item description for this thing, the model just looks way too happy about her primer. I don't know if I feel that same way putting it on now, but it definitely makes makeup a bit more fun than usual. So this is where we get a bit more serious. This is the SHEGLAM Ultra Slim Eyebrow Pencil in shade Chocolate. The color is a whole lot better than a lot of other eyebrow pencils I've used. It honestly glides on pretty easily, and the fact that it is so small makes it really good to actually get very precise about where you want your eyebrows to be. And for somebody like me who likes to draw them on funky, I really like that. Now to actually fill in my eyebrows, I've got these things here. These are the Frida Kahlo and SHEGLAM liquid brow pens. I ended up getting 3 colors just because I want to play it safe. So I have espresso, chocolate, and taupe. Now it's kind of run into a problem. It seems like it's actually beginning to stick to this pen and take some of the product off. I've somewhat managed to conceal it a little bit by just like blotting on product, but even still, as I'm trying to continue to do my eyebrow and add feather strokes, that product is still coming off. I don't know if it's maybe the amount of time I'm taking to do that, but even still, when it dries down, it shouldn't be taking off more product. So to actually block out our eyebrows, I have the SHEGLAM Like Magic 12-Hour Full Coverage Concealer. So let's just plop this on like so. So it's a little bit yellow, but I think we can work with it. Now you don't really need to use a whole lot of this stuff, and honestly, the component is super nice. You can get a lot of product out of it just off the bat. Even the fact that this isn't the color white, this is just a very light shade of yellow, the coverage is very good. Now is where things get a little bit more interesting. This here is SHEGLAM's Lively Leo palette. They've got a whole bunch of matte shades ranging from deep reds to orange and yellow, and also a little glittery shade here. And then I think we're gonna do a sort of cut crease. Not bad. They're blending out relatively easy, but people were saying in the reviews that this explicitly says not to be used on eyes. Now if we left our eyeshadow like this, it would be boring. So I'm gonna do a cut crease. Now I plop it on here and just rock my eyes back and forth. It does look a bit stupid as I do it, but that's alright. So now that we've laid down that cut crease, it's time to go back in with our colors. There's a lot of like professional brands out there, let's not say professional, let's say like elitist, that don't have color payoff like this. These look really nice. These yellows, they're yellowing. So for eyeliner, we have SHEGLAM's Pro Flex Angled Eyeliner here. This has pretty good reviews from what I could see on the SHEIN website. Everyone seemed to love it. The only bad reviews were people saying that they didn't receive it, but I'm one of the lucky few that did, because it's right here in my hands. Now, if you caught on to what I said, you would have heard that it said angled eyeliner, and it also said Pro Flex. I don't quite know what that means, but angles mean it should have an angle, right? Which it does. So you can actually move this eyeliner from side to side. I'm assuming. Just did it to the other side there. Now I personally don't really feel the need to angle this so much. I just keep it as a normal eyeliner would be. But I think when we actually do our inner corners and elongate this, they will definitely come in handy. So now for our mascara, we have the SHEGLAM Lash Besties 2-in-1 Mascara. Now there's a very important note that I have to bring up. People have consistently brought up that SHEGLAM is lying about this product. So let's read the description together. The Lash Besties 2-in-1 Mascara comes with 2 unique brush heads, a larger one for dramatic volume and a smaller one for precise separation and definition. So let's try and take the first one out. So if this is the one brush head, right, and I pop this down, there should be a second head in this, another brush head. Let's see. That doesn't look like a brush head to me. If I put this brush head back in, you can see that it's just a tube. I really don't get how they can so blatantly lie about that. because I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Let's just try and test this out, see if this mascara is even any good. I don't know how I feel about it. It honestly feels really thick. You can kind of just see it's glooping onto my lashes. I don't think I've ever had a clumpier mascara in my life, and I've used a lot of mascaras. For our foundation, we have the SHEIN Skinfinite Hydrating Foundation here. This is in the shade Shell. It comes in a little covering like so. Push that up. Oh, this was supposed to be one of the lighter shades of their foundations, so I don't know what happened here, but maybe if I actually put it onto my skin, it'll just come out a bit more sheer. But I think that's pretty dark. I think the more I let it settle, the darker it's becoming. As it's oxidizing, it's just really cementing it in my brain that this is not the color for me. So it's frustrating. Now it does say it's a hydrating foundation, so it's not supposed to be all that full coverage. It just would have been a whole lot better had I got the right shade. So to add a little bit of contour and dimension to my face, I've got these things here. These are the SHEIN Sun Sculpt Liquid Contours. So these are in the shade Warm Honey and Earthy Sepia. I ended up getting myself 2 shades because I don't want one that's going to be way too warm or way too reddy. And as you can see, this one here is pretty much bright red. Something like this I can work with, and that's probably gonna look a bit more natural. Now, if my foundation was already too dark, this is gonna be even darker. So I'm gonna try and be a little bit careful. So these are only $3.40 per each one that you get. And even when I had a look at the bad reviews, everyone is just talking about how much they love the product. Apparently, there's a whole bunch of people on SheGlam and SHEIN, the website, who rate things 1 star so that the price doesn't increase. Which honestly, I guess makes sense. And I think we need a little bit more color to our face. So we're going in with blush. This is SheGlam's Floral Flush Blush Palette. I don't know why they decided on such a tongue twister for that one, but oh well. So this little blush palette comes with 6 different shades here. Being so pale myself, whatever I put on my face is really gonna show up. So I feel like we only have 2 options, and these are these shades here. Just need a little bit of color. Just gotta be careful, I really don't wanna. I think that might be a little bit too much, so let's go onto this side. So I wanted to go for something that's a bit more like orangey, but even on my skin, I feel like it's kind of giving pink. And I don't like it. Now to really add a bit more dimension to our face, just around the corners, we have the Sunside Bronzer from SheGlam. I do quite like how SheGlam sometimes makes these really funky components. It's kind of got this magnifying lens on the top here. And I love creative packaging, I love creative design, but please, for the love of God, look how big that dome is. I'm not going to be able to store anything on top of that. And sure, first world problem. It's just annoying though. The shade, it's a little bit dark. They didn't have an option that was light, but you know, like a contour, right? So let's just dip into it and pray that this will all work out. I'm not really trying to contour too much. I'm just trying to kind of like set what we already have down. I'm gonna try and contour my nose a little bit. So, ooh, I'm trying to be a bit delicate, but it's not really doing that. This bronzer looks honestly pretty good everywhere else apart from my nose. So in comparison to my eyes, my face is looking a little bit dull. So I think we need to go in with a setting powder or mattifying powder to bring that back up. And to do that, we've got another SheGlam product. This is the Face and Under Eye Setting Powder Duo. And yes, you heard that right, it is a duo. So the top here just has a blank matte powder. If I swatch this on my hand, I'm gonna grab a lot of it. It's basically like a white eyeshadow. The second part of this is this little, whole piece here. So this is baking powder, I believe. So first, I think what we'll do is we'll go in with this setting powder just up here at the top. Jeez. Oh my god. We'll go in with the setting powder first and just add that to our much needed areas. So the more I'm adding, the more I'm like, is this really a good idea? I just feel like I'm looking very dead at the moment. Let's just put baking powder to like literally everywhere. And I like to bring my setting powder up over my eyebrows as well, just to sort of dull them a bit. So now they're a bit ashy. Ooh, Now it's time to add a little bit of glow to our face. And to do that, we have this highlighter here. This is a SHEIN Lunar Glow highlighter. This went viral on TikTok multiple times. The videos literally show people using it just like that, literally smearing the whole product on their face, which is crazy to me. Let's see if we can get a satisfying swipe. Yeah, that did nothing. Okay. Ooh. Pop some up along the bridge of my nose. Go in with my fingers, blend it out a little bit more. I'm gonna slap some on up here. And maybe also here. And also here as well. And then I'm done. No more highlighter. As I'm still doing it. Okay, so now it's time for lips. And for that, we have the SHEIN 101 lip liner and lipstick duo. So on one side, it's got the lip liner, and here on the other side, we have the lipstick. These shades, beautiful. Nice and neutral, nice and cool. We're not running into the same problems we faced in my teammate video. I'm gonna try and follow my natural lip line, which, ooh, they're not very natural, are they? I kind of prefer my lip liners to be a bit difficult to put on, so that way I don't mess them up as easily. And that actually looks really good by itself. But we're gonna use the lipstick that SHEIN gave us. It's far more of a chocolatey nude than I expected, but this consistency is honestly really odd. So to tie everything together, we have eyelashes. These are from SHEIN. They're not part of the SHEIN actual brand. They have amazing reviews. SHEIN honestly seems to be the one place that people love to go for their eyelashes. Let's just have a look how they... Ooh, these lashes are pretty nice and simple. I do wish they were a bit more dolly, they were a bit more directed this way, but I think they look good. Honestly, a lot of these SHEIN products really impress me. I absolutely love the brow pencil, the eyeliner is amazing, even these eyeshadows are super bright and bold, but they're very much our products that we're lacking. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I really love you all, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!